And once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. We are ready for game number 2. This one between the MacArthur Generals and the Madison Trojans. We just saw O'Fallon beat Mundelein 62-51, so O'Fallon moves to the winner's side of the bracket. Mundelein will have to fight their way back for a consolation championship after that loss, where the leading scorer in that game was Kobe Wilmoth for O'Fallon. He had 21 points, 12 points for Dwayne Chapman and Jaden Rush. And then the leading scorer for Mundelein was Emmanuel Willoughby, who had 19 points in that contest. Madison, they come into this game with a record of 8-4 under their second-year head coach Philip Gilbert. MacArthur Generals, they're undefeated on the year. They come in at 10-0, and they are under their third-year head coach Therese Bryson, and he guided his team to the championship game last year. They also had another one. This is their 38th time being here. They've been here for every single one of these. They won a championship back in 1984. And again last year. This is the 30th year in this tournament for Madison. They are 30-55 and are looking for their first ever title in this contest. And their closest finish were, well, they finished in 7th place in last year's contest. Here are your starters for this one. We'll begin with the Madison Trojans. They will bring out DeByron Boyd, who is a 5'9" junior. Carlos Wilson, who is a 6-foot senior. Darion Enlow, a 6'1" junior. Kerwin Baker, a 6'1" senior. And Jalen Williams, a 6'2" junior. For the MacArthur Generals, Chase Cunningham will be on the floor. He is a 6'1" senior. Zarian Richardson is a 6'3" senior. Chris Walker, a 6'4" senior. Makai Wright, a 6'7" senior. And Steve Tatum, a 6'2" junior. My name is Todd Duke. On the other microphone, Matt Clark, former K-Hawk basketball player, graduated last year, joins us on the other microphone. How are you, sir?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. A great game here. Game number 2. Game number 1 was great. It's fun to be able to call and still watch and enjoy this tournament after playing in it for a year. And, you know, these two teams played in the quarterfinals last year, and MacArthur won 52-29, and so this should be a really good rematch of these two teams.
Yeah, of course, if MacArthur wins, it'll be a rematch of last year's championship between O'Fallon and MacArthur. If MacArthur wins this one, that'll take place tomorrow in the quarterfinal action. That'll be the first game of the day tomorrow. So we'll see how things transpire here, but right off the bat we have a foul, and that one is going to belong to the Generals and Chris Walker. So Madison, they will get first crack at the offense here, and bringing the ball up court is Wilson. Wilson fires it over right in front of the opposing bench to Enlow. Back out to the top of the key it goes, and over onto the near side wing once again for Wilson. Bounces it in the perimeter, trying to find some maneuverability in there. Was a little tough, so they'll throw it back outside to Boyd, who finds Wilson. Back over to Boyd, thought about the 3, kicks it all the way over to the right wing on the near side of the court for Kerwin Baker. Baker moves it up inside, shot clock down to 5, and the shot taken, and the miss and the rebound belongs to the Generals of MacArthur High School out of Decatur, Illinois. And here is Richardson with the ball. Richardson, near sideline, approaches that left wing. Instead, fires it over to the opposite side for Tatum, and back outside Richardson. 4-3, rattles but won't fall. Rebound, that is put back up and in by Cunningham, and we have our first points of this game.
I'll tell you what, Decatur MacArthur already playing with a lot of energy, a lot of defensive. They're stifling on the defensive end, and that's what helped them win the championship last year. Even though they've lost a good chunk of their players, looks like they've done a good job of keeping the program good.
Madison for 3, and that one is nothing but net. Off of the hands of Kerwin Baker, and that lead didn't last long. 3-2 in favor of Madison. MacArthur, they are out there in the white uniforms. They have the ball. Dribbling over on that far side corner. That was Tatum, and now a loose ball belongs to Madison. They'll pick it up, head the other way. Here is Boyd. Throws it up in the corner for Wilson. Wilson in the perimeter takes a shot that's a little bit too long. A nice save, and they save it again. No, they can't, as that ball was barely out of bounds over there in front of the MacArthur bench.
Well, I'll tell you what, Todd, strap your seatbelts in, hold on to your hats. There's going to be bodies flying across the floor, players going up and down the court. That's just the way these two teams play. They're going to play fast, especially with the shot clock coming in as well.
Here is Richardson, throws it into the corner. 3-point shot, that won't fall for Tatum. Rebound is on the ground, remains on the ground, and now a whistle will stop the action. We'll have a jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of MacArthur, so they'll get to keep it.
It's going to be really tough, I think, for MacArthur to break down this Madison zone defense. Belleville East had a problem with it last year in the first round game, and they ended up losing. But if they can get the ball inside and rotate it and get some easy buckets like they're right there,
you go.
They'll be in good shape.
Yeah, little give and go right off the bat. Chris Walker finishes it up, and the Generals are back out front by 1. Madison trying to break the press, but a travel off of Jalen Williams. He couldn't pick up the ball and kept moving his feet. Once he finally did pick the ball up, he kind of kept running with it. So inbound pass will come on this near side sideline, and it'll be triggered by Zarian Richardson. He'll throw it out to the midcourt K-Hawk logo here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium to Cunningham. Cunningham, he had the ball tipped away, picked up by Wilson. He'll drive all the way, misses the shot, rebound. That belongs to MacArthur. They'll bring it back up. Here once again is Richardson. Richardson on the outside wing, from one wing to the other wing, now inside, back outside again. MacArthur moves this ball quick, and once again, another steal by Wilson. This time they will finish it with 2 points on a fingertip roll by DeByron Boyd.
Well, Madison last tournament averaged 11.5 steals per game. They've had a couple of big forced turnovers here, and that forces a timeout for Decatur MacArthur.
30-second timeout. We'll be back in just about that amount of time here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great additions to the Collinsville landscape. Next to the Old Herald Brewery and Distillery, Herald Square is a new outdoor multi-use event space in Collinsville. Concerts, fun and games, farmer markets, and so much more. Herald Square, a great space for Collinsville's future. And, just off the square's turf, Cold Herald, old-fashioned scooped ice cream gelato, house-made recipes, and premium sourced product. If you're over 21, ask about the good stuff at Cold Herald. Watch Collinsville grow. Herald Square and Cold Herald, 2 great new additions, only in Collinsville, Illinois.
Back here once again at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. I think Josh Roseman's being forced out of his seat over there. Yeah, that's what happens when you're a kid and the adults come by and they're like, we're going to move you. Is that okay? 5 minutes left to go here in this opening quarter between MacArthur and Madison. MacArthur with the ball. They trail by 1 to the Generals, and that was almost a travel there. He got away with that one, did Cunningham. They'll throw it back to Cunningham. He'll bounce it inside for Walker. Back outside for Cunningham. Over into the far corner. 3-point shot, Tatum. That was a little bit too short. Rebound, put back up and in by Makai Wright. And it's a 1-point lead. We keep on going back and forth with 1-point leads here.
Yeah, he was the MVP of Decatur's Turkey tournament. He's a really good player. He's going to get high flying, get some dunks in this one, I think.
Oh!
And the block. There you go.
Get that out of here, says Makai Wright. As Madison did a great job getting that ball up court quickly, but they couldn't finish. Head coach over here for Madison, Philip Gilbert, he's very animated. He's pacing back and forth like he's an expecting father.
There's a good one, Todd.
Coming in from the sideline into the other sideline, a little give and go. That one comes off of the back of Cunningham, but somehow or another, they're able to stay with it. A blocked 3-point shot. MacArthur, they'll bring it back the other way. Tatum all the way up, but unable to hold on to it was Richardson, and Madison will take over once again. A lot of moving parts here by both of these teams up and down the floor, and it has created a lot of chaos on the floor, and so far a little bit of a low-scoring affair at 6-5.
Yeah, Therese Bryson did not like the fact that Richardson wasn't able to finish there. That's an easy bucket. You got to have those against Madison so that you could establish yourself in this game.
King Dees checks into the game, and all picked off, and they're going to turn it into 2, as coming in was Walker after MacArthur picked up a loose ball. They knocked loose from Madison as they apply all kinds of back pressure here against the Trojans.
Yeah, I mean, just before that play, Makai Wright making a defensive play. It feels like he's taken up half the court right now. You can barely pass, shoot, or dribble over him. And his offensive play, or his defensive play, is going to be as important, if not more important, than his offensive play in this tournament for MacArthur. 3:55
left to play here in this opening quarter of game number 2. Winner of this game will face O'Fallon tomorrow in quarterfinal action. That'll be game number 1 of the day, and a timeout called while his player was in midair by Philip Gilbert. We will take a quick timeout as well. Back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Hello, everybody. This is Mike Ogle with Ogle Auctions, and we hope you are enjoying tonight's game. And go K-Hawks! Hey, check us out every Sunday night. We have an online auction at www.ogleauctions.com. Everything from grandma's china to grandma's motorcycle helmet. It's all here at Ogle Auctions every Sunday night at 7 p.m. Check us out, and we will see you soon.
Once again, welcome back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium. Todd Duke and Matt Clark here with you for this second game. 8-5 in favor of MacArthur. Madison with the ball as they try to move it up, and that one is into the scorer's table, as was the big body of Mekhi Wright.
He looks like he's playing football out there instead of playing basketball. It's incredible what he's doing on the defensive end. Really hard to get the ball up floor for the Madison Trojans, especially down the floor if Mekhi Wright is trying to deflect all those passes.
Yeah, splitting the defense, but missing the shot was Darren Inlow. And the rebound belongs to Madison, but they're having a hard time getting it out of the paint. They finally do. Get it into the hands of Boyd. He'll try a fingertip shot. That won't roll. And the long rebound belongs to MacArthur. They'll bring it up, and we'll turn that into 2 points for Chase Cunningham.
Yeah, I love Chase Cunningham when I looked at him because he's got those specs. I used to wear sports goggles back in the day.
That ball is thrown away, and Madison trying to move that ball up court quickly. Sometimes it gets the better of them. 3:13 left to play here in this opening quarter between MacArthur and Madison. MacArthur, the defending champions in this tournament, as they beat O'Fallon last year. And we won't have the same matchup in the final this year, that's for sure, with these two teams possibly meeting tomorrow in quarterfinal action. Into the corner it goes, and that is King D's. His first name is King.
One of the best names at the tournament. There's the steal there.
Yeah, bringing the ball up is Boyd. Madison, they have stolen a couple of balls, but they have been unable to turn a lot of them into points. MacArthur, they end up with the rebound. Here is Richardson. Richardson will kick it back outside to Tatum. Back to Richardson. He bluffs the three, then gets ran into by Boyd. No call. And we'll reset the offense here for MacArthur. Generals are up by 5. 2.5 minutes to go here in this first quarter. And another steal by the Madison Trojans. This one they do turn into points as Kerwin Baker comes down and gets his team back to within 3. There is Tatum. Stevie Tatum. Over on the far side to Richardson. Back over to Tatum. He'll launch a 3, and he'll be a little long on that one. Rebound belongs to Madison. They bring it up. Here is Wilson. Wilson comes in over on the left wing, flips it up. 3-point shot on the way. That one's way too far for Kerwin Baker. Loose ball belongs to MacArthur. They bring it up, and we will have a whistle on the play. We had a foul as everybody was running up court. That one is going to belong to DeByron Boyd. Yep. Trojans first.
Mm-hmm. This is going to be a game where runs are going to be extremely important. The energy is going to shift from one team to the next. So MacArthur had a good couple minutes, good 3 minutes there, and then Madison has won these last couple of minutes. And it's going to be the team who's able to hold their runs a little bit longer. And the team that's deeper, I think.
Ernest Davenport checks in for the first time off of the bench for Madison. He is a 6'7" junior. MacArthur with the ball, inbound, shot right away, and it's good for 2 points for Mekhi Wright. 12-7 in favor of MacArthur. 1:45 left to play here in this opening quarter of game number 2. And Madison with the ball. Here is Inlow. Inlow on the wing, launches a 3-point shot himself, hits the inside of the rim, comes down right into the hands of Richardson. Richardson bounces it to Dees. Dees off the glass for 2, and he will head to the free throw line for an and 1.
Absolutely. He's also a good 3-point shooter. Enlow took that shot for Madison, and unfortunately he hasn't started too hot. No points yet for Enlow, and I think he just picked up that foul there as well. And they're going to need him to score some points if they're going to have any chance of beating the Generals today.
Each team has 2 fouls on the board to the free throw line. It is King D's, and he'll hit his one and only shot there to make it 15-7. We do not have any stats for any of these two teams. Madison, they are a St. Louis area team, but they've played 12 games. They only have stats on the STL for 2, so we didn't bother to write those down. Ball loose in the paint, out of bounds, and it'll stay with Madison. And, of course, MacArthur, since they are out of our area, you had to go on Max Preps, but Max Preps didn't have any stats either. Madison, as a high school, they have 2 state championships in their history. Both of those came in boys basketball, one in 1977 and one in 1981. Here's a little dipsy doodle shot that won't go, but putting back the rebound was Ernest Davenport, and that'll get his team back to within 6. 15-9, 1 minute to go here in this first quarter of game number 2. Bringing the ball up court is Richardson. Richardson fires it across the line to Cunningham. Back over to Richardson. Richardson on the far side. Cunningham on the near side. He jumps into the perimeter. Lost the ball, but got it back. Oh, what a power move there. That ball was knocked out. And then the final shot taken. No good. Put back up and in by Chase Cunningham. And that was just a series of misses and rebounds. And that ball almost skimmed the bottom of the scoreboard here. Hanging up over midcourt.
Incomplete 20-yard pass there for, I think it was Darion Enlow. The other thing that's going to be frustrating for Madison, especially on the rebounding end, is they're like Mundelein in the first game, not very big. So they're going to have to get in there and get a rebound. You cannot have second chance, third chance efforts, especially in these games, especially with a team that feeds off of energy like Decatur MacArthur does.
32 seconds left here in this first quarter. Nothing, and the rebound is knocked out of the hands of Sam Owens, but he was fouled in the process, and now Owens will head to the free throw line. Third foul for the Trojans. 28.6 seconds left. MacArthur, they have the lead. And a couple of free throw tries coming here. First one's good.
Tell you what, Decatur MacArthur, they are 10-0. They've played well so far, but I don't think they've played the competition that this tournament is going to offer them in teams like Bevel East, O'Fallon, and some other teams in this tournament, Collinsville, Quincy, all of them. And for Decatur MacArthur, their head coach, Therese Bryson, said, we're trying to do this so that we can be more prepared for conference play. They have a tough Sacred Heart Griffin team up there that they play against, and so this is going to help them and play some decent competition here.
There is Madison, and a travel. That was kind of a tough travel to take there by Shakan Borney, and he looks like he got chopped while he was trying to pass the ball and ended up moving his feet too much. 22.2 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. MacArthur with the 18-9 lead. And the Generals have the ball. Shot clock has been turned off as we are down to the final 10 seconds. Ball stays outside. Richardson will play catch with Leverson for a minute. Now Richardson gets the ball back, dribbles to Leverson for 3, and that one's off the glass right before the buzzer. And that's the way the first quarter comes to a close. Second quarter comes your way next on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
At Visionary Wealth Advisors, we empower you to see your future before it's your future. To create your inheritance. To build your vision. To anticipate the known and unknown. And to find potential in both. And build new dawns. Visionary Wealth Advisors.
Visit Brad Keene at his Collinsville office at 106 North Clinton or call 618-467-8420. Back once again at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, 1 quarter in the books here in game number 2 with the defending champion MacArthur Generals out front by 12.
Yeah, going into this second quarter, huge quarter for Madison, not just because they got to try to get back into this game, but last year when these two teams played in the quarterfinal, the second quarter was the deciding factor. We talked about the Decatur MacArthur, that stifling defense. Madison only scored 2 points in the second quarter last time. They're going to have to score more if they're going to win this game.
I would think you are correct in that assumption, sir. Madison has the ball to open up play here in quarter number 2. And back near the midcourt stripe, that was Baker. Baker still with it, baseline, shoves it all the way out to the left wing. That was accidentally kicked, but it goes right back to Baker, and he drains a 3.
Playing soccer out here with the Madison Trojans. That's a big 3 to start the quarter.
We had a little football in the first quarter. Got some soccer going on here in the second quarter. I'm sure at some point we'll throw in some volleyball. Here's another arching three-point shot. Oh, boy. That was a big one there by Azarian Richardson. Answered the three on the other end of the floor by Madison. Here comes Boyd. Boyd gets it in front of the scorer's table once again to Baker. Baker in front of the free throw line. Takes the shot, good for two. When you're down by 12, matching buckets isn't going to help you catch back up. But there's still lots of basketball to play here in this first half. MacArthur, they bring the ball up court. Leverson, he'll give it up to Richardson. Into the corner it goes on the near side for Dees. Dees gives it up for Tatum, and Tatum is ran into on the baseline. And the foul will belong to Kerwin Baker.
Kerwin Baker being a little animated on the inbounds. He's going to guard the inbounds here. He's a little animated there. I don't think he particularly liked that call. Watch this. MacArthur had this inbounds play a minute ago, and they had a layup off of it.
Tatum will trigger. Oh, a little no-look pass. He was trying to find Richardson, but it went off of Richardson's hands and to Madison. But all is fair in love and war and a turnover battle in basketball, and that is turned into 2 points by King Dees. So Madison thought they had something going. They could collect some points after a defensive stop, but tell you what, MacArthur, they are all over the place. As soon as you think you're open, you are not open. Here is Madison. Little dribble drive wouldn't work for Borney. Rebound, that belongs to Madison, and a tripping call. Jamarian Skinner will pick up a foul. That is the fifth for the Trojans with 6:23 to play in quarter number 2.
Be very interesting here in halftime to see how many fast break points Decatur MacArthur has. Madison's guarded them well in the half-court set, but the turnovers that the Trojans have had have led to very easy MacArthur baskets, and that's been the difference of this game so far.
Sure has. Richardson collects the inbound from Tatum, slowly brings the ball up across the timeline. 6:15 left to play here in this second quarter, and a little fadeaway jump shot there off of the hands of Richardson won't fall. Madison, they get the rebound, and they know they have to work it up the court quickly, and that has been a little bit of a detrimental maneuver by them so far here in this game, as they have turned the ball over more times than not. Foul coming up. That one belongs to Richardson. Or excuse me, belongs to Davenport. Richardson to the line. Good on the first effort.
Yeah, number 5 fouled number 5 there. It was a little confusing.
Yeah. I had a 50-50 shot at getting that right.
Yeah,
I failed.
there you go. You get it right next time. You'll get it right next time.
Another free throw coming for Azarian Richardson, the 6'3 senior for MacArthur. Second shot, good. And if you want to make a statement, getting all your free throws would help any kind of a winning endeavor by any one of these two teams. Here's a dribble drive off the glass. Won't get it to fall in. Will Borney. Rebound belongs to MacArthur. They bring it back up. Here is Sam Owens. Owens deep on the left wing. Kicks it all the way out for Cunningham, who fires it to the opposite wing for Richardson. Back to Cunningham. Into the corner. Three-point shot on the way. That misses everything. Rebound. Put back up. Won't fall in. Another rebound for MacArthur, and this time it is put in by Sam Owens. Here comes Madison. Quickly. That was... I don't even know what that was.
He got the foul. That's the important thing there.
Acrobatic shot,
got the foul. Yep. It's important thing. He'll be able to earn them at the line. I think it's really impressive that MacArthur's attacking these boards so well with their star rebounder, star big man, Makai Wright on the bench. Just shows that they don't need him all the way in order to be successful as a team, especially in those really important departments.
Carlos Wilson to the free throw line and gets it to roll in. Another one coming up for Wilson. Misses that one. Rebound, MacArthur. Generals bring it up quickly. All the way out front. He thought about shooting that three, did Richardson. Into Walker, back out to Richardson, top of the key, free throw line. Had the ball knocked out of his hands, picked up by Kerwin Baker. He'll throw it up to Wilson. Wilson, baseline, what a move. Finishes it up with 2 points.
Yeah, great move by Carlos Wilson. Another steal for the Trojans. They got to start turning those steals into points.
That they do.
MacArthur's done more of that.
30-17. Generals have the lead. 4:50 to play here in this second quarter. Bounce pass just into the perimeter, but it didn't stay inside very long, and then nobody picked up Chase Cunningham after he delivered that ball to Mekhi Wright. No one followed Cunningham, and he just went in there alone, untouched. Oh,
Over and back.
Everybody saw that. That was a collective ooh by the entire crowd here.
Tell you what, not only are Decatur and MacArthur fast, good defenders, they play complete basketball. They're very good passers. This Madison zone forces you to have to pass the ball really well, and MacArthur does that. They've made some very good passes along the time, and it's moving this Madison defense and opening holes for them to score.
Here is Richardson. Richardson at the free throw line, now underneath the basket, and a two-hand dunk by Mekhi Wright. It extends this MacArthur lead to 34-17. Madison in a little trouble here. They bring the ball up. Here is Baker. Baker, a foul in
on
the
the
paint.
Floor. Yep. Looks like that foul's going to stay on the floor.
Yeah, that one's going to go against Chase Cunningham.
You look at the scoreboard, just peep it at the scoreboard right now. No MacArthur player has double-digit points. They're very good balanced scorers. All of them get involved. That's a big deal, I think.
Yeah, Madison has a double-digit scorer right now. That's Kerwin Baker with 10. Kerwin has the ball. He is double-teamed, ripped right out of his hands. They're going to call it a jump ball, and doesn't matter because the arrow is in favor of MacArthur, so they'll get the ball anyway. Player substitutions going on here for Madison. They'll bring Darius Williams off the bench for the first time. He's a 5'8 sophomore. Inbound pass will be triggered right in front of the scorer's table by King Dees. Halfway through quarter number 2. 34-17, MacArthur in the lead. And once again, here is Richardson. Richardson all the way back out toward the K-Hawk logo. Gives it up over on the wing for Owens. Underneath the basket, knocked out of bounds by Madison.
Yeah, head coach Philip Gilbert thought maybe that was going Madison's way, and I thought just under me when looking at that, it might have come off Mekhi Wright, but it stays with the Generals.
Mekhi Wright had it knocked out of his hands as he was going up for a shot, pretty much just like that. And a loose ball on the ground, picked up by Madison.
There's not many people that could block Mekhi Wright's shot, but Ernest Davenport just did. I think that's his third block of the game. Really good defensive work.
Madison brings it up. Here's Wilson. Wilson tries to take a shot off the glass, won't go in. Rebound belongs to MacArthur. Here is King Dees, and that ball is knocked out of bounds, and it'll stay with the Trojans.
So this will be an interesting question just based on the shot clock. It was a kicked ball. Looks like the shot clock's going to stay at 32 seconds here. I know that's the only time it would reset to 20, but still just kind of interesting to see that for the first time today.
Yeah. Inbound pass to, once again, Ernest Davenport said not today to Mekhi Wright. Second time he's been stuffed here in the last 60 seconds. And again, they're going to throw it into Wright. Wright will throw it back outside. Three-point shot. Richardson, no good. Rebound, knocked out of bounds.
I think that's such a great decision by Mekhi Wright. Just got a shot blocked twice in 2 separate possessions, seeing it's not working for him. So on that play, he doesn't try to go up for it. Instead, he passes it out for the 3. Although the 3 didn't fall, that's the kind of basketball, sharing the basketball that MacArthur does really well. And that's why they're up 17 right now.
34-17 is the score. Inbound pass comes in. Taking it down is Wilson. He'll go all the way with it. Couldn't get that little hook shot. He's a little slow getting up down there on the floor. As MacArthur, they're not a little slow about anything. And as Ariane Richardson goes all the way coast to coast to put that one in for 2 more points for the Generals. Inbound pass, intercepted. In the paint, off the glass. No good off of the Sam Owens shot. Rebound belongs to Madison. They bring the ball up. Here is Skinner. Skinner, he loses control of the ball. Right, he'll throw the ball up. Here is another shot, and that one is in there for Richardson. And a timeout on the floor called by the Trojans, and we will take a timeout right along with them. We're back here in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville is a T3 certified tire dealer and so much more. Sure, Mike's Automotive has tires. They can also help with making sure your entire vehicle is road ready, from belts and hoses to preventative maintenance like oil changes and tire rotation. plus a lot more than that. Mike's Automotive has 3 locations to choose from. Mike's Automotive in St. Louis and Millstadt, and Mike's Automotive in Collinsville at 1150 St. Louis Road, just blocks from the high school. Or call Mike's Automotive at 618-345-0611. Mike's Automotive in Collinsville. First National Bank of Waterloo, with over 100 years serving the Metro East. Visit First National Bank of Waterloo at their Maryville or Collinsville locations for all of your banking, mortgage, and lending needs. Why? Super low closing costs, low construction loan rates, and they do so much to support our local communities. When you need a loan, call the Collinsville team at First National Bank of Waterloo at 618-345-1121 or visit their Maryville or Collinsville locations or online at fnbwaterloo.bank. First National Bank of Waterloo, member FDIC, and equal housing lender. Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Matt Clark with you. Glad that you are with us. And another whistle will stop the action. 38-17 in favor of the defending champion MacArthur Generals, as MJ Murphy will check into the game. He'll take the place of King Dees. Murphy is a 6-foot junior.
Yeah, but
inbound pass coming from Madison.
Huge celebration for MJ Murphy. He was injured earlier this season. He's a transfer, got injured during football season, had surgery, and now he's back on the court. Great comeback story for MJ Murphy.
Well, good for him. I love when you guys bring a wealth of information with you. Here's the rebound by Murphy, and then he ends up on the ground.
Introduced, welcome to basketball at MacArthur. On the floor for the first time. It took about 20 seconds.
Yeah. He had a smile on his face when he got up. Just happy to be out there, I'm sure. MacArthur, they bring the ball up. And they get it into Wright, and Wright misses the dunk. Hit that front of the rim, and that threw the ball off its course, and it just ended up skipping from one side of the rim to the other side of the rim, and now a foul coming up against Stevie Tatum.
Oh, my gosh. I don't think I've seen a coach more upset than Therese Bryson when Mekhi Wright missed that dunk. I know it's a 19-point game. He was infuriated when Mekhi Wright missed that dunk on the sideline, but still, I'm not sure it's going to matter.
He's smiling now.
Yeah, he's chilling now.
He's smiling now. You probably asked him what happened. He was like, I don't know, Coach. On the outside wing for Madison, here is Baker. Baker from the left wing, throws it into the left corner for Enlow. Back out front to Baker for 3. Yo! Just missed that one. That was on a perfect line. A rebound shot. That's put back up and in, though, by Darius Williams. And that's a 38-19 game now. 90 seconds left to play here in this first half of game number 2. MacArthur, they are in control. Here is Richardson. Richardson on the outside for Tatum. Tatum thought about that 3 for a minute from there. No look pass, right off the glass, good for 2.
Made it up, and they're just finding the open holes in the middle of the lane with ease right now. Madison has not clogged that up very well.
There is Enlow. Gets a little shove from behind by Tatum, but no call. Enlow takes it from one side to the other, top of the key, and now we are going to have a foul. And now we are into shooting territory here, as each team had 6 fouls. Number 7 for MacArthur will turn into a 1-and-1 situation here for Madison. To the free throw line, it'll be Darion Enlow. Enlow, shot, good. He'll stay for a bonus. One more shot coming up for the 6'1 junior from Madison. And that one is swooped right out of there. Wright with the rebound. Gets it back up to King Dees, who is back into the game, and he lost control of the ball. Loose ball is picked up by Enlow. Enlow gets it into the hands of Williams. Williams takes a shot, won't get it to fall. And the rebound knocked out of bounds by MacArthur with 50 seconds left to play here in this first half.
Tell you what, one thing that's very interesting for MacArthur, they are running the floor really well. They're running the whole 94 feet. Madison players haven't been doing that. I think that extra effort is helping them a lot in this game.
To the outside wing and over into the near side corner for Wilson. Wilson comes out of that corner over on the right wing, deep on that near sideline. He'll make his move and a little dipsy doodle, and it's in there. Look at he is very animated and upset, isn't he?
Yeah, we're trying to find the most animated coach. I think Therese Bryson has won it, and it won't be close for the rest of the.
You wouldn't know that his team was up by almost 20 points, would you?
Nope. But we do know that they'll take the final shot here to get the 20-point lead.
15 seconds left. Shot clock is turned off, and standing all the way out at midcourt near the near sideline is Stevie Tatum. 10 seconds left. Tatum gives it up now for Richardson. Richardson back over to Tatum. He'll launch a three-point shot. That one hits the inside of the rim. No good, and not enough time to do anything with it after that. And that is the end of the first half of play here in Game 2. 40-22 in favor of the Generals from MacArthur High School out of Decatur. And we will take a break, come back and give you some first half stats. And we will do that in just a moment on the K-Hawk Sports Network. Keep your ride shiny and clean with Extreme Details Vehicle Detailing in Collinsville. Owner Jay Merkel and his crew at Extreme Details believe in the value of community and in helping their community hold the value of their vehicles with a sharp-looking, clean ride that you and your community can be proud of. Extreme Details can handle any job, whether you drive a small car, an SUV, or even a bus or RV. No job is too big or too small at Extreme Details. Extreme Details offers scratch and oxidation removal, no matter what you drive: cars, trucks, motorcycles, boats, and more. Plus, Extreme Details can handle fleet vehicles for you and your company. Call Jay and the gang at Extreme Details at 618-977-1224. Check for periodic specials on the Extreme Details Facebook page. Put the shine in your ride with Extreme Details, 618-977-1224. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of Code 3 Spices, is first responder owned by proud K-Hawk alums. Located at 302 East Main Street, Collinsville Barbecue Supply is one-of-a-kind barbecue headquarters that focuses on everything barbecue and cooking, providing the best American-made barbecue grills, in-person class instruction, smokers, rubs, sauces, accessories, and cooking expertise from professional barbecue experts, including an in-house chef and pitmaster. Code 3 Spices provides award-winning rubs and sauces that support our nation's first responder and military organizations that focus on providing aid to the fallen, suicide prevention, and PTSD awareness. Stop by and see the guys at Collinsville Barbecue Supply for all of your cooking and grilling needs. Collinsville Barbecue Supply, home of the 4-time World Championship Patriot Sauce. Learn more about their products and mission in giving back to those who serve at collinsvillebarbecue.com. Are you looking to update the appeal of your home's interior? Look no further than Hayden Interiors, LLC. Hayden Interiors, LLC is owned and operated by former K-Hawk graduate Nick Hayden. Hayden Interiors, LLC will help you get that new look that you want for your home. Flooring, baseboards, doorways, as well as interior renovations or interior additions. Kitchen, living room, bedroom, hallways, basements, stairways. Let Hayden Interior LLC help you find the look that you want. Call Nick Hayden today at Hayden Interiors LLC, 618-772-6790 for your free estimate. Hayden Interiors LLC, on budget, on time, every time. That's Hayden Interiors LLC. Call Nick at 618-772-6790. Financial investments are very important, but so are the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. Jason Regg, your Collinsville Edward Jones financial advisor, understands this. That's why Jason Regg is a proud sponsor of your Collinsville K-Hawks on the K-Hawk Sports Network. For all of your investment needs, see Jason Regg at his Edward Jones office at 1008 Vandalia Street in Collinsville, or call Jason at 618-344-0252 or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, member SIPC. The Collinsville Daily News, the new online source for everything newsworthy in and around Collinsville. This news source is designed to be the heartbeat of the Collinsville community and is owned and operated by members that live in this area. The Collinsville Daily News generates their revenue with local support from the community in which they serve and from advertising. They do not charge to read their content, so you'll never run into one of those annoying paywalls. Not only that, but the Collinsville Daily News offers free classified advertising. You have items you want to buy, sell, or trade? It's free to post. Wedding or engagements announcements, as well as obituaries. All free at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com. Plus, they have the content that matters most. Collinsville news you need to know, coverage of K-Hawk sports, and a keen eye on city news. The Collinsville Daily News also has an event tab that allows you to find out what is going on in and around the region for you and your family, the heartbeat of the community. Helping readers make sense of an increasingly chaotic world. Check them out at CollinsvilleDailyNews.com, on social media sites Facebook and Instagram. The heartbeat of this community is the Collinsville Daily News. Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. We're look at your first half stats with Decatur MacArthur leading 40-22 over Madison. Leading scorer in this game actually belongs to Madison. That is Kerwin Baker with 10 points. After that, Carlos Wilson has 5, 2 points each for Darius Williams and Ernest Davenport and DeBron Boyd, and then 1 point for Darion Enlow. Leading scorer for MacArthur, 9 points from Azarian Richardson, 8 points for both Chase Cunningham and Mackay Wright, 5 points for King Dees, 4 for Chris Walker, 3 each for Nassar Leverson and Sam Owens. The rest of your numbers look like this. Rebound, MacArthur winning that battle 25-12. Madison's turned the ball over 11 times to MacArthur's 9 times. Blocked shots, there's been 9 of them in this game. MacArthur has 5, while Madison has 4. From the lines, free throws for Madison, 2 of 4. MacArthur has 4 of 5. And from the three-point stripe, each team has 2. Madison has 2 out of 7 tries, while MacArthur has 2 out of 9 tries. And shooting making a big difference here, as MacArthur has shot 51.5% from the floor, while Madison has shot 33.3%. And MacArthur has 28 points in the paint compared to Madison's 12. And MacArthur also with 14 points off of turnovers, 12 points off of fast breaks compared to Madison's 4. All right, one more break coming your way, and the second half action will come your way after another timeout here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
My name is Rayshawn Taylor, collegiate basketball player at SIUE. At the end of January, I had an ACL injury. I've been searching for ways to come back as best as I can after the construction. Dr. Chris introduced me to the Sofwave machine. I'm gonna be honest, at first I was kind of scared because I didn't want it to shock me and hurt me too bad. And I had heard something about it, and I did my research on it, and it turns out it didn't actually hurt. It just was a good pain. It just finding where it hurts to promote the healing, exactly what it did. I've actually had this surgery before. This time I feel like I'm back on my feet quicker, much faster. I'm much stronger than I was up to this point last time. And honestly, I feel like I could play right now. I'm excited to get back on the court. Thankful that Dr. Chris introduced me to this.
The Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been a proud supporter of KHawkSports.com and the KHawk Sports Network from day one. Since 1934, the Junior Service Club of Collinsville has been providing women in the community an opportunity to make a difference with fundraisers and projects, all that go towards helping the needy in Collinsville. If you would like any information on any event sponsored by the Collinsville Junior Service Club, head to Facebook, type in Collinsville Junior Service Club, and then click on the event tab. We thank the Collinsville Junior Service Club for their continued support of the K-Hawk Sports Network and KHawkSports.com. Do you have a big land improvement project that requires some outside help? Call Petroff Trucking Company. The Petroff Companies have been shaping the metro area since 1975. Family owned and operated, Petroff Trucking Company can do the job and do it right. Hauling, excavating, and grading, they do that and more. Petrov Companies also has roll-off dumpster rentals. They also specialize in dirt and rock sales. Petrov Trucking Company can help you develop your land for your needs. Petrov Trucking Company. Check out their website, PetrovTrucking.com, or give them a call, 618-797-6100. Petrov Trucking Company, shaping the metro area since 1975.
Hi, Purple and White fans. This is Dan Mode, class of 1989. I'm with New American Funding. Myself and New American Funding are proud sponsors of K-Hawk Athletics. As we have great coaches at CHS on all the courts, fields, and tracks, we like to coach you through the home buying process and refinance process. If there's ever anything we can do, I can be reached at 618-973-5343 or www.danmodeloans.com. Let's support our student athletes at CHS. They deserve the best. Thank you for your time, and go K-Hawks.
Once again, we welcome you back to Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium here at Collinsville High School. Todd Duke and Matt Clark along with you as we are about ready for this third quarter to begin, 40-22 in favor of MacArthur. What do you have to do if you're Madison to get back into this?
Stop MacArthur scoring from the paint. I think for MacArthur, the thing is that they've just been a step ahead. Both teams are playing with great energy, and I love that. I love playing with energy because I was one who played with energy. But you have to top letting them get easy buckets in the paint. Might switch to man-to-man. The zone's not necessarily working great. MacArthur scored 30 or more points in the paint in every game last tournament. I'm pretty sure they're the only team they did that, and that led to them winning the tournament.
All right, we're underway here in quarter number 3. Madison, they begin with possession of the ball. Here comes Kerwin Baker as they switch sides. Madison now traveling from right to left on your screen. MacArthur will be heading the other way, and a little give and go, and Mackay Wright, he tried to go for the block. I think he ended up putting both of his hands on the backboard and then got basketball afterwards, and that ball is going to get thrown away. We'll go back in the other direction.
Yeah, we said hold on to your hats and strap your seatbelts on. That hasn't changed in the second half. Probably won't until the final buzzer sounds. Both of these teams have to stop playing.
So Madison will try again for the first points here in this second half. We had a whistle just as Kerwin Baker was driving up to the basket. And it's being explained.
Yep, said he leaned his shoulder on the illegal screen. That's a tough one on Jalen Williams. It's a fast break play. He's a strong guy, really strong guy. So that screen was definitely going to be a hard one to take. And so, unfortunately, that's an illegal screen, and MacArthur gets the ball back.
Zarian Richardson will bring the ball up court. This is the slowest we've seen either one of these two teams. On the wing it goes for Cunningham, all the way into the corner. And they dump it back into the paint, and a little shot from just underneath the basket by Chris Walker is good, and now we have another whistle.
Yeah, that's too lackadaisical from Madison, just inbounding the ball, and Chase Cunningham, after scoring the ball, pokes the ball away from the baseline, and that's just way too lackadaisical. You can't do that when you're down 20. Got to get the ball in.
Madison, they do bring it in. Here is Wilson. Wilson zigzags in the paint, dumps it off baseline, and a foul coming up.
Yeah, that'll be against Chris Walker. Good job by Jalen Williams to get both of the players in the air. He knew he wasn't going to beat Mackay Wright on the shot. He was probably going to get blocked, so he did a good job taking a shot fake. I think Madison needs to try to do that a little bit more.
So, to the free throw line will be Jalen Williams. Williams did not go to the free throw line in that first half. And he'll hit the first one here in the second half.
Yeah, nickname is J. Will. Played linebacker for Madison. I imagine, I think we could tell that by his size and his strength, especially on that illegal screen that he had.
Pretty stout kid there. Misses the second one, and the rebound belongs to Chase Cunningham for MacArthur. Quickly he gets it up to Richardson. Richardson back over to Cunningham. Cunningham dribbles, drives, shoots, does everything but score. Loose ball on the ground. Picked up by Madison. They get it up quickly to Baker. Baker has that one stopped by Richardson, but it draws a whistle.
So that's going to be a goaltending. Bassett's going to count, and Therese Bryson is furious. I'm pretty sure, Kerwin Baker took about 3 steps there up to the lane, and people aren't, that probably should have been a travel on the fast break, but Madison get the points. Lead is cut to 17.
MacArthur still in control. Here is Chase Cunningham. Cunningham Over onto the opposite side. That is the right wing, near side for Richardson. Back over to Cunningham. Cunningham throwing it up inside for right, but he couldn't find the handle. But, excuse me, Chris Walker found the handle and put it back up for 2. Madison. They bring the ball up quickly, and then they lose the ball. It goes into the backcourt. That's tipped, and they're going to call that a backcourt violation. Inbound pass right at midcourt. Near side. Into the backcourt it goes to Cunningham. Cunningham works it over on the wing. 3-point shot on the way. That one was a little bit too hard. Off of the hands of Richardson. Rebound. That belongs to Madison, and the foul is going to belong to Tatum.
The thing that I like about Decatur MacArthur a lot is that I remember last year, Madison-Bevel East, that first game. Bevel East was forced to shoot the 3 a lot against the Madison zone. Now, Madison had better players back then, but Decatur MacArthur is destined and determined to get into the lane and score points in the paint. And they do shoot a couple of threes, but they don't rely on it to help them win games.
Stevie Tatum picked up his 3rd foul, so we'll have to keep an eye on that. And another blocked shot from Makai Wright, who now has 4 blocked shots in this game. Inbound pass going to be triggered over here by Carlos Wilson, but the referee trying to separate a couple of the players. Inbound pass does come in, but it's picked off by Tatum. He tries to throw it up and get it into the hands of Richardson, but that's picked up for a moment by Madison. Then the ball ends up out of bounds anyway, and it'll be the the Generals' ball.
The Generals are so good at getting those points and getting those loose balls.
Tatum off the inbound pass immediately takes a shot, no good, and now it's turned into a whistle fest. This one looks like it's going to go against 11. Okay, I thought he said 10 for a minute. That's Chris Walker.
And that's his 4th, so he'll be going to the bench.
Yeah.
King D's comes in. He had a good first half. King D's off the bench.
Inbound pass comes in, and immediately King D's commits the foul. So he just came on the floor for someone who's in foul trouble, and now he commits his 1st. Team 5th.
Well, the good news is that Therese Price for Decatur MacArthur runs about 8 or 9 deep. So if a couple of people get into foul trouble, that's not a huge deal. But you want to make sure that they don't shoot the bonus, Madison.
Another turnover by Madison, and it's going to turn into points for D's and MacArthur. And oh, that's his 4th. Or did I hear him say warning?
I think it's a warning because he was doing a delay game. If you step over the line when you're trying to guard the pass, it could be a delay of game warning. I think that's what it is. Not 100% sure, though. Don't quote me on it.
There's a football pass, and it's going to be saved and then not saved as Coach Gilbert got ran into by his own player there as Williams almost took Coach out.
Well, they're now 0 for 2 on 20-yard passes, and Coach Jameer Williams has 1 tackle, and it's on his coach, Philip Gilbert.
Passes over 20 yards, they're 0 for 2. Everything else good to go for the most part. Fan picked up the ball over there. I thought he was ready to come on the court and start playing.
He might, considering the fact that Madison has not been able to get it done offensively, apart from the first quarter. They had 9 points.
Chase Cunningham. Cunningham picked up his dribble, throws it back outside now for Richardson. Richardson deep on that right wing into the corner for Dees. And then to the free throw line. A little give and go by Cunningham. He had that ball picked right out of his pocket. Madison, they bring it up in low. And his teammates trying to dig into this lead. Right now it's a 21-point advantage for MacArthur. MacArthur had a 12-point lead after the first quarter and an 18-point lead at the end of the first half, and they've just added on to it.
Yeah, another good defensive possession for MacArthur. Watch out for Chase Cunningham, number 2 with the glasses there for MacArthur. He's done a brilliant job of defending Darion Enlow, one of Madison's top scorers today. He might have to do that for the majority of the tournament games they play.
Used a little screen there by Williams to get around Cunningham, and once again, that ball was pancaked by Makai Wright. He came to play, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, he's definitely come to play. That's his 6th block. Mekhi Wright, at least in the first 2 games, is the most impressive player I think I've seen. You just can't score on him in the paint there.
Aaron Madison trying real hard to dig into this lead. 3-point shot, no good. Loose ball on the ground, picked up by Wilson, and a bucket at the other end by Jalen Williams, and a +1.
Tell you what, that was a good play. Madison won the second ball. Really good pass by Wilson to Jalen Williams. I think this is the point right here with 4:25 left in the third period. If Madison's going to try to find a comeback or get back into this game, the run's going to have to come right now.
Starts at the free throw line. And it'll begin with Jalen Williams, the 6'2 junior. He has one shot coming his way. And that shot is no good. Rebound belongs to Wright. Wright flips the ball over to Cunningham. Cunningham begins the MacArthur Generals attack. Outside it stays. Murphy back over to Cunningham. Cunningham back to Murphy. Murphy went into the perimeter for just a second. Now gives it up for Wright. Wright had the ball knocked out of his hands. Kicks it back up and still continues. I don't know, man. That dude, he's already got my vote for MVP, and we're
forced
the
to
second
be reckoned
game.
With.
He is.
He only has 11 points, but it feels like he has more than that with just the amount of intensity, the blocks, defense, offense. He's a complete player, and that's what we love to see at this tournament. Complete players that are going to play hard on both ends of the ball. He's a perfect player for Therese Bryson and this MacArthur team.
Darion Enlow guilty of the travel. That'll give the ball back to MacArthur with 3:50 to go here in quarter number 3. Quarter number 3. 48-27. MacArthur Generals in control thus far. Here is Cunningham. He'll kick the ball out to Dees. Dees, a little pull-up fadeaway 12-foot jumper will fall right in for him.
Well, you know you have a good team when you have someone like that that's making those pull-up shots, which are difficult, off the bench.
Yeah. There is a dribble drive by Boyd. Boyd will take an off-balance shot, no good. Trying to put it back up and in was Davenport. He couldn't finish. Tatum gets tripped up at the mid-court stripe by Carlos Wilson, and Wilson will pick up his first foul of this game.
Well, you saw that last play, and DeByron Boyd trying to throw up another circus shot like you said. That's because he's being intimidated. The intimidation factor is starting to come in. Mekhi Wright's blocked 6 shots. He's done really well, and so you don't want him to block your shot. So it forces a worse shot.
Here's a 3-point try for Dees. That one skips across the rim. Rebound belongs to Madison. Here is Baker. Baker almost lost control, stays with it, goes up with it, and it rolls all the way around the rim. He did everything but score there. Chase Cunningham found the rebound, fall right down in front of him, so he'll pick it up. He'll lose his control, and over in the corner, wide open, Tatum for 3. He rolls across the ring. Picked up by Boyd. Boyd, no-look underhand pass. 3-point shot from Baker. That one swoops out as well, and Cunningham was standing there waiting for the ball to fall into his arms, and while he was doing that, Madison was able to come from behind and almost take that ball away from him.
We got a timeout here, a rest, a relaxation. We get to catch our breath, Todd, after a great third quarter action.
60-second timeout. We'll be back in that long as well on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
All Pro Tees in Caseyville is your place for custom apparel and has been for over 20 years now. Why? All Pro Tees can handle any size project, big or small, and they specialize in large group orders. At All Pro Tees, quality is number 1 on their list of priorities, as is evident by their excellent customer service. Did we mention All Pro Tees has over 20 years of experience? They can even help with fundraisers and event merchandising for your group. So for all of your apparel needs, for civic groups, sports teams, business outings, or even a family reunion, your apparel needs stop at All Pro Tees. All Pro Tees in Caseyville, right across the street from K-Hawk Stadium. Online at allprotees.com or on Facebook at All Pro Tees. Or call All Pro Tees at 344-2200.
Back here at Virgil Fletcher Gymnasium, Todd Duke and Matt Clark with you. Glad that you are with us. 10-5. That's the score in the third quarter so far, as MacArthur getting the better of Madison in each and every quarter thus far. Inbound pass, that'll be triggered by King Dees for MacArthur. He does so, gets it into the hands of Murphy. MJ Murphy bounces the ball into Wright. Wright has the ball over here on this left wing. And back out front to the top of the key for Sam Owens. He'll give the ball up now for Murphy. Oh, a no look and a dunk coming in baseline for Micaiah Wright. And that was an emphatic 2 points there by Wright. And the Generals right on the floor, has the ball. Another turnover by the Trojans. And MacArthur, they want more. Here comes Murphy. Murphy gets it out to Dees for three. Little long on that one. It hit the inside of the rim. The outside of the rim from Dees' perspective.
Well, Prairie Farms Holiday Classic, meet Micaiah Wright.
You ain't
Jumping
kidding.
up for the slam, and Madison had no answer for him there. Ran the flex, too, as Madison tried to switch to man-to-man defense. No, Kaden MacArthur still no problem getting through it.
Here is Enlow at the free throw line. Gives it back up now for Wilson. Wilson dribbles, drives, free throw line. Good for two. Final minute 50 left to play here in quarter number 3. MJ Murphy brings the ball up court for MacArthur. He does so slowly. And another chance here for Wright, and he is fouled. Count the bucket. And Wright will head to the free throw line for the first time.
Yep, 14 points for number 14. And honestly, I mean, I understand he's 6'7", but we're thinking about a possible matchup with O'Fallon. I am going to be interested to see how the Panthers try to guard Micaiah Wright in the post, because Madison have just not had any answer.
They have not had an answer. No, you are right. 55-29. MacArthur with the lead, and they have the ball again. And here comes Tatum, dumps it off. Good for 2 points for Sam Owens. MacArthur running away with this game now. 57-29. Here comes the Trojans. 3-point shot. That one skips right across the rim off of the hands of Skinner. And once again, MacArthur with the ball. Here is Owens. Gives it up for Tatum for another 3-point try. That one's good. That's about the only thing MacArthur hasn't done good in this game is hit those 3-point shots, but he did there, and it's a 21-point contest and another turnover by the by the Trojans, and it ends up into the Generals bench, and Madison will get the ball back.
Interesting how you said that they haven't shot the three ball very well. They went 9 for 50 in the first 3.5 games last year, and that's what hurt them against O'Fallon in the championship. Then they shot the three really well in the Prairie Farms Holiday Championship. They're going to probably have to shoot the three ball well if they want to win this tournament.
And a little baseline move there, but unable to finish was Kerwin Baker, and now Madison picks the ball off again. Here is Enlow. Gets the ball over to Baker for a 3-point try. That one's good. Final 20 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. Madison trying real hard to hang close, but they trail by 28 right now. Do the Trojans. Shot clock has been turned off. We're down to the final seconds here in this third quarter. Here is MJ Murphy. Murphy fires it over to Tatum. He'll launch another 3-point shot. He'll miss that one. Rebound. Not enough time to do anything with it. We will head to the fourth quarter. MacArthur up 60-32 over Madison. Back in just a moment here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.
Plumbing or electrical problems? Is your AC or heater on the fritz? There are dozens of companies out there, but do you really know who you're letting in? Trust Tiger. Our technicians are clean-cut, drug-free, and background checked. What other company can make this bold statement? Our 24-hour emergency service will ensure your plumbing, heating, AC, and electric are up and running no matter what time of day it is. Schedule your appointment today. Tiger Plumbing, Heating, Air Conditioning, and Electrical Services. We earn our stripes every day.
Pack Mail of Collinsville, locally owned and operated by Ryan Combs. Pack Mail can ship anything, anywhere. They treat you like a neighbor because, well, you are a neighbor. Pack Mail offers shipping materials and containers, private mailboxes, as well as climate-controlled self-storage. Visit Pack Mail at 407 Beltline Road in Collinsville. Online, WeShipSt.Louis.com or call Pack Mail at 346-4884.
Fourth quarter of game number 2 has arrived. Todd Duke, Matt Clark back with you. 60-32 in favor of MacArthur. MacArthur scoring 20 points in that third quarter while holding Madison to 10 points. We're underway here in quarter number 4, game number 2. Don't forget, coming up next, Belleville East versus McClure North. And MacArthur with the ball. Another three-point try coming. This one misses the mark for Murphy. Still getting instructions over there from Therese Bryson.
And I think part of that's okay, but I think it shows that MacArthur's never going to want to take their foot off the pedal because their coach is not taking his foot off the pedal.
Right.
He wants them to play for a full 32 minutes and play hard. And he's going to coach hard as a result of that and have energy. And that energy is infectious. That's what people have said about him in the past, Therese Bryson.
Baker gets it out to Enlow, and Enlow's pass is picked off, Here is Dees, and he gets fouled on the way down, and that one's going to go against Wilson.
Tell you what, with all this up and down action, we obviously had the question coming into the tournament about the shot clock. It has not been a factor at all in this game. I understand Mundelein and O'Fallon, they play pretty fast too, but I don't think they're even looking at the shot clock because both teams are playing so fast. It's incredible.
Yeah, we had a shot clock expire one time in that first game, and it has not really come into play here in this game as King Dees makes his first free throw. I'm kind of glad we're up here behind a basket because if you're sitting like mid-court, your neck's got to hurt by now. After this game, it's like watching a tennis match.
Yes, no, we've talked about volleyball, we've talked about football, we've talked about soccer and tennis. What sport hasn't been played here today or been looked like in this game?
I don't know. There's also been maybe a couple of wrestling matches going on here a couple of times as well. Not really wrestling, but, there's been some bodies on the floor, that's for sure.
Absolutely.
Madison
it's like a
with
battle.
the ball. Yeah, it is. Here is Wilson. Kicks it out for Baker for 3, and that one finds its way home. 62-35.
Yeah, that's a third 3 for Baker today. He's done a very good job improving that shot. He was only 19% in that category last season.
There is a dribble drive by Cunningham, and he'll roll in, but unable to complete. Rebound belongs to Madison. They work it up quickly, and they'll turn that into 2 points thanks to Jamarian Skinner. Here's Dees. Dees fires it on the wing to Tatum. Tatum will back up toward the scorer's table and give it right back to Murphy. Murphy in the perimeter. Didn't know what to do with it, but somehow or another he made it work.
Yeah, he was a transfer from Warrensburg. Latham obviously had that injury. 17 points per game last season. That's what players like that are able to do. Great ad for MacArthur.
3-point shot, top of the key, off of the hands of Enlow, but that's a miss. Tatum, he handles the rebound, throws a no-look bounce pass into the paint, and trying to turn it into points. He will. That is Sam Owens, and Owens will head to the free throw line as well.
Once again, Makai Wright on the bench, not even messing, obviously not playing him a lot, Therese Bryson, in this fourth quarter when you don't need to. You're up 30, but they are still playing so efficiently right now.
Running clock because you're up 30.
Indeed,
so we have our first running clock game of this tournament. And to the free throw line, it will be Sam Owens.
And they're starting to put in some of their backups now, Decatur MacArthur. Slowly filing out their starters, I think.
Yeah, they'll do some bench cleaning up here. Trey Chesser will come into the game for the first time. Chesser, a 6'4" senior. And Owens at the free throw line misses his shot. Rebound belongs to MacArthur, though, and the put back no good, but now Owens is going to pick up his own foul. So we'll bring it back down this direction. Madison will inbound, in low, to Wilson. Wilson brings it up the far sideline. All the way out, top of the key. No look pass onto the wing, 3-point shot. That one skips across the rim from Skinner, and the rebound belongs to MacArthur. Here is Nassar Levinson, and Levinson tries to thread a pass over to Cunningham. Cunningham still managed to salvage that ball that was almost turned over. And a double dribble now called against Chase Cunningham.
I actually see some of those guys on the sideline. Those are former Madison players who were getting really excited right next to the sideline. I played against them last season. One of those guys was a huge energy guy. I guess he came onto the bench and is supporting the Trojans during this tournament this year, after the Trojans finished 7th last year.
Yeah. Here's a drive by Enlow, and then he flings a pass right as the whistle was being blown, and we're going to have a foul coming up here against M.J. Murphy. Murphy will pick up his first, 7th for MacArthur. So to the free throw line will go Darion Enlow. Enlow. Good. He'll get a bonus opportunity.
Yeah, had a brother, D'Angelo Enlow.
I
May remember him last
Yep.
year. He was a big player for Madison. He's a big man.
Yep.
And I think we've seen that they've felt his missed presence today.
Oh, I would believe so.
With the points in the paint.
Next one was a miss, and the rebound belongs to the Generals. And now a foul belongs to Enlow. Trojans will bring some players off the bench as well. Elijah Williams will check into the game, as does Cordarian Holmes. Holmes, a 5'11 senior, and Williams, a 5'10 junior. Here is M.J. Murphy with the ball. Running clock continues to move. 2:40 left to play here in this fourth quarter. 66-38. MacArthur. They will have a date tomorrow with O'Fallon. That one.
Looks like it sailed over the top of the rim.
It did.
There.
Sailed over the back side of the backboard.
Yeah. I think a lot of questions were asked about Decatur MacArthur coming into this tournament. Yeah, they were 10-0, but were they for real? Could they do what they did in Decatur and copy that and maybe go for a repeat in the title race? And after this performance today, I would say absolutely. I know Madison is not a great team and hasn't faced this type of competition, but Decatur MacArthur have blitzed them from start to finish, just like they did in last year's quarterfinals. And we'll have to see what happens. Another steal there.
Another steal by Murphy. He waits it out, but then hits the bottom of the rim. Put back try. Went up, but Sam Owens couldn't even get it to fall in.
Yeah, about the slowest Euro step I've ever seen there, I think, from M.J. Murphy, who I think is going to go to the bench. Good minutes from him in one of his first games back.
Well, move down here and to the free throw line will be Alex Kennedy, the 6'2 sophomore, as the clock continues to run here due to the mercy rule in the fourth quarter.
I'm not sure if it should be running because it's a 28-point game.
Well, once you get to 30, you can't go backwards.
Good point.
Rebound belongs to the Generals, and they move it up. Here is Owens once again. He'll take it all the way himself, and a whistle will stop the action, but not the clock. Holding foul. That is going to go against Darius Williams, and to the free throw line, Sam Owens.
Well, it's really cool to see two teams that play kind of the same style, that energy up and down, like a bunch of the sports that we were talking about. It felt like we were playing every sport in the book today, and at the end of it, Decatur MacArthur just does it a little bit better. I'm very interested to see what happens to Decatur MacArthur when they play a team who can hold on to the ball more and who can guard them in the paint.
Yeah.
I think it'll be a good test for them.
Final 30 seconds left to go in this one. Madison brings the ball down court, and a shot and a foul will send Darius Williams to the free throw line.
That could very much about do it.
Yep, after these two shots, that probably will do it. And he'll get a chance to shoot both. And the first one's good. And now they stop the clock to let him have his last shot. So the buzzer doesn't sound while he's like in mid-shot, you know?
Yeah, no, I get it. That's a good point.
Well, the rebound ends up into the hands of MacArthur, and they will win. Final score, 67-39. And that'll do it for game number 2. Game number 3 between Belleville East and McClure North. That will come your way next here on the K-Hawk Sports Network.